following show is a paid program.
Hey family, how you doing today? Hey, we have the best of the best with us, Miss Karen Jackson, founder, CEO of Sisters Network, Inc., and my birthday twin. March the 28th was our birthday on Sunday. Sounds good. I'm telling you, 28-year survivor, 4-time breast cancer survivor. Let's do this. Let's look at a video of my lady, my friend, Karen Jackson.
My name is Karen Eubanks Jackson. I am a 25-year breast cancer survivor and the founder and CEO of Sisters Network, Inc. We are the national organization for African American women in breast cancer. I was living in Los Angeles and I was not too long married, and I was very happy and healthy, living a good life, had a good job. I was aware from my family, they talked about a particular aunt who died at a very young age in her early 40s of breast cancer. Being proactive about my health in general, I started getting my mammograms at an earlier age than normal. I started a little before age 40. When I was diagnosed, I had been feeling some sensations in my right breast, and they couldn't be explained by the doctor, and the mammogram showed nothing, and it came clear. And I persisted in finding out what else could be done to ease my mind about having this sensation that I couldn't explain. And he said, well, let's try an ultrasound. And so the ultrasound showed that I had a mass size 3.5 centimeters, which is very huge. Knowledge is power, and early detection really does save your life. So I was diagnosed at stage 2, and I went through 6 months of chemotherapy and 6 weeks of radiation, and I had a lumpectomy. I was handling the diagnosis, I think, extremely well. I kept going in and out of frustration, of course, and anxiety, and of course, fear. I was looking for a sisterhood, an organization, a national one to join, because I felt as though I needed more than the support that I was getting. My husband gave me the best support. He took me to all of my treatments. He was there for me in every way he possibly could. My daughter was able to research where I should go for my treatment and for my surgery. So I had good help, and more than most. But I needed that sisterhood that I was missing, and I wanted to join. I thought I could just pick up the phone and dial an 800 number and get a national organization that is for African American women, but none existed, to my dismay. My vision was to have a national organization to network women across the country that looked like me, who wanted to educate the community and raise awareness, make a difference. Sisters Network, we strive to change the mindset of our community because we know that clinical trials will give us the future treatments and change the face of breast cancer for the women who are coming behind us. We work very diligently in forming advocacy groups that can go out and educate, because they need to know what is out there for them and what clinical trials they can join now. And the women who are in our affiliate chapters, because we're affiliate chapters across the country, and part of the training is to be an advocate for yourself first and for the community. We know that through our organization that the clinical trials have saved many lives because the treatment is more advanced for women. And also, I've seen over the years how research has changed. It's more patient-centered, and it gives you a longer life and a healthier life. But our community is not aware of that.
Hey, lady, how you doing? I'm telling you just a little bit about that video. It's now 28-year survivor, four-time breast cancer survivor. So that was a little bit like 3 years ago, that video there.
Yes, it was. And it was a wonderful interview and it covered a lot. So I'm happy that it still exists.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about your journey there. In starting off, we're birthday twins, and I tell everybody that. On March the 28th was our birthday, so yes.
Absolutely. And we know how to celebrate too, don't we?
Absolutely, we do. I love you so much. I'm so glad you came on today. Let's start off, how did it started? We talked about it, we saw it a little bit, but you're from you came from California.
Born and raised in Jersey, but before moving here, I was living in California with my husband, Kyle. And I was diagnosed in 1993, and so by 1994, I knew that I actually thought I didn't have many years to live, like so many women who are first newly diagnosed. They tell you about the 5 years, so I took it seriously.
Yeah.
And I only have one daughter, so my husband and I, we moved to Texas because that's where she was living, and I wanted to be able, in my 5 years, to at least help her with the children my grandchildren that I was hoping that I would have.
Yeah.
So I did get 2 granddaughters out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. This is 28 years later, but just to think about it, you're being diagnosed, right? Okay?
Yeah.
And then, but why go into national? Why did you decide to go into the nonprofit? Where did that come from?
Well, first, I'm a person who is spirit-led, and I was being directed, and I had the passion as a survivor, and also being connected to people in different parts of the country initially, because I lived in Florida, I lived in Chicago, I'm from Jersey, went to school in Maryland. So I had friends and family, across the country. So I was talking to breast cancer survivors in different situations across the country before I started Sisters Network. I wanted to know what was going on, and there was no connection from city to city, state to state. And I knew if I started an organization, it had to be national in order to pull us all together and have a voice for breast cancer survivors. So with the passion that I had and the direction of my spirit, you have to remember I still had no funding, and I still was only using what I was learning as I was journeying myself. So it took a minute to get us started. But in 1994, when I started Sisters Network, we started off as a national organization.
Absolutely.
So Cam, you know some of the journey because we've been friends a long time.
A long time.
Thank you, and I'm so proud of what you've been able to accomplish too.
This lady was at her kitchen table running this thing, right? Running it at the kitchen table,
Absolutely.
right? With our own home phone. So let me just
my
tell you
home
this.
Phone
Yes.
in my living room. And when members would come for meetings, they'd have to say they were coming to the national office. They could not be coming to Karen's house.
Right.
That was not going to work. So we never started as a chapter. We started as a national organization. And through the connections that I've had personally, I was able to find women in different cities to want to have a chapter of Sisters Network. So that's how we started.
Absolutely. I love
it was
the fact
a long
that,
journey.
Yeah, it was. I love the fact that you started and you said you felt like the women needed a sisterhood, that it was no sisterhood out there for African American women.
That's correct. That camaraderie, that feeling that somebody's got your back,
right?
That someone can help you learn more, somebody can help you be directed, find the right doctor. It's that friendship that I always knew that I needed personally, that I wanted to find the women who would be interested in that type of organization. So the interest was there. I just needed to find the women.
Absolutely. And then this is just to tell a little bit about you. Sisters Network is the largest and only national Black breast cancer survivorship organization in the United States. Wow.
Yes, for 27 years. The difference is we're not just a national organization. We have affiliates across the country, what we call our boots on the ground, women who look like us, who are African American survivors, who have taken the time to learn what they needed to learn to be an advocate for themselves and their community. And that's what National does. We train our women to be the best that they can be and not to take no guff from nobody.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What I did learn a little bit about African American women as far as breast cancer was African American women are more likely to die from breast cancer. They're also being more frequently the ones at later stages. They're more frequent in being diagnosed in later stages.
That's correct. And those are the things that we know can be changed. And so what the education, and I can tell you, knowledge is absolute power.
Yes.
Because if you know what to look for, you can find your cancer earlier. If you know how to access the system, then you can get the help that you need. You have to know also to listen to your body because it is telling you something. But if you haven't learned to take the time to sit and listen to what's going on, your body tells you through pain, it tells you through the discoloration, it talks to you about swelling. And if you don't pay attention, those are signs of breast cancer: swelling, pain, the discoloration, and feeling a lump. Now, I want to make it clear, Cam, on your show, that the lump is not always there to feel. So don't think when you're feeling your breast, doing breast self-exam, and you don't find anything, don't assume nothing is there. You must get a mammogram and a ultrasound of your breast when you start out, so that you can make sure nothing's there. And the reason I know this, because that's how I found my cancer. And many women across the country, there's 15% of the women who, if they don't have an ultrasound, they'll never find their cancer.
Right. There's something called dense tissue.
That's the dense breast, yes. And most women, we start off with dense breast, so that means all of us.
I know. I see that. Also, in looking at it, and we'll go down statistics, one thing a lot of people don't know is men get breast cancer.
Absolutely. But it's only 1% of the population. But if you're one of that 1%,
yeah,
it's serious because men aren't looking for breast cancer.
Right.
But what they can do, if you've not been diagnosed, check your history. Find out what's going on in the cancer area in your family. That'll give you some direction too. Right. And of course, with men having, we've named it chest cancer.
Yes.
Because men aren't wanting to go see about no breast cancer.
Exactly.
So we're hoping the word chest cancer will eventually catch on and men won't feel ashamed. But I can tell you, men come up to me when I'm out and about in whatever city I'm in, and they ask me, well, what does it feel like? What does it look like for men? And truthfully, it's the same, except it's harder to find because you have a muscle there.
Yes.
More than we do. So it's harder to find. So ultrasounds should be included for men to find their cancer also.
That's good to know. There's a thing where some people, women were asking me to ask you about the age of 40 years old. We're finding that younger women, younger than 40, many of them are getting breast cancer and they're not being detected early enough.
They're not finding it. And that's why Sisters Network, after these 27 years, we know as an organization that 40 is not the number. There's no magic in 40. Too many of our women are being diagnosed like in their late 30s or early 20s. And so we know 40 is not the number. 40 is just a guideline. But as individuals get more knowledge and you feel something is wrong with your breast, that's that spirit talking to you. Do not let any doctor or any hospital stop you from getting your guide through mammogram and ultrasound. because without having that, just feeling it is not enough. You have to have the technology that shows that there's something there. And Kim, I can tell you, my second cancer, I had to find myself again because I felt it before it showed up on the ultrasound. Not with my fingers, but within my breast, there was a sensation. And from my first time being diagnosed, I knew what that sensation meant. So when the doctor said I had the ultrasound and the mammogram, he said, there's nothing there. But guess what? And a couple of months later, when I said I'm feeling it even more, it showed up and I was diagnosed at the first stage, which is the best stage to be diagnosed at. But just suppose if I ignored that,
Right.
I wouldn't be here today.
Wow. Wow. In looking at that, what should women do if they feel that and they are in their early 30s or so, and then they don't have, several women that have been diagnosed early 30s, they don't have history. They don't have the history of it.
Well, history is only 15% of the population, so we can't even go by just history. Now, I
Right.
did have history, and that started me getting my mammograms at 35, but I didn't know about the ultrasound. So
Right.
as you learn, you do better. And so women who think there's something wrong, they must go and get that mammogram. I don't care what age it is, you need to find out that there's nothing there. That's the first thing.
Right.
Don't assume it's nothing. And you shouldn't let anyone tell you not to get it done. You want a baseline. A baseline tells you that you're clear. So if you're wrong and there's nothing there, then you've had your baseline that you can start with.
Absolutely.
So
I
you
love
didn't
that.
lose anything.
I love that. Many women are saying insurance has been a real big thing, huge thing for African
Insurance is
Americans.
necessary.
Yeah.
Insurance is necessary. And I know it's not possible for everyone to have their insurance, but there are systems out there. The Medicaid is available. CDC has programs. So you have to be able to connect with programs that can give you your baseline. Sisters Network, when we have our breast cancer assistance program, we provide mammograms.
Okay. Yeah, that breast cancer awareness program that she's speaking of, it's a national program that provides financial assistance to women diagnosed with breast cancer and have been impacted by COVID-19, but they don't also have to be impacted. They can just be breast cancer survivors or breast cancer recipient at the time. They pay for rent, utilities, and groceries. And in 2020, I understand, lady, you raised $90,000 to help 550 women.
Well, you have good information.
Yeah.
I have to adjust this camera again.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Breast cancer awareness
okay,
program
good.
is what you were talking about.
Well, the Breast Cancer Assistance Program, which is our financial assistance to our community across the country, we raised enough money to be able to help women to get groceries down. This was our first year, and we started this program in 2006, but this is the first year we added groceries. And we have the stats to show that 76% of our women of the 500 and plus asked for grocery money. Now that's sad.
Yeah.
And that was shocking to us because we've never included that. We've done rent, we do utilities, things of that nature. We had never had groceries. So this can give you an indication of what the dire need is out there for women of color.
Absolutely. And now you are on top of that, COVID-19 hit for 2020.
Absolutely.
So that's where the groceries and things were also coming in because of people lost their jobs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Over 40 million people lost their jobs.
And that definitely affected women of color and breast cancer survivors. And the program has been successful, but I can tell you because of COVID, 2020 was a successful BCAP program, but this year, 2021, we are not getting the support from the community and from the corporations for programs of that nature. Everybody has so much going on. I understand that. But if we aren't able to raise the money, we aren't able to help.
Right.
And so I'm concerned about 2021. We're supposed to open the program in May like we normally do. At this point, it's a question as to whether we'll be able to have enough money raised. One of the ways we raise the money for breast cancer assistance is through our walk. But we've always had a live walk. We were like, when the last walk, we had close to 8,000 people show up.
Right.
Well, doing a virtual walk, which is what we have to do now, and this is our first virtual walk, we're not getting the same participation, the same donation amount. So that's going to directly affect our BCAP program. And that's sad because we need it now more than ever.
Absolutely.
But you can't pay out what you don't take in. And that's
Right.
just the way life is.
Wow.
And I'm hoping that people will understand that the survivors need you more than ever.
Right. Especially now.
Yes.
They're inside. They're not able to go out as much anyway. And then on top of that, many of them have lost, either been laid off, furloughed, or whatever during COVID.
Yes. Yes. It's directly affected. If it's not the survivor, it's the family member.
Right.
And so everybody's been touched. So the people that we've always depended on to help us keep the program alive and well, it's not happening yet. And so we got our prayers and prayer warriors out there.
Yes.
And we're hoping that people, even though we know everybody's hurting for one reason or another, that you don't forget who we are and what we do. We would love to help as many women or more this year, but we're waiting to see.
Absolutely. Let's go with the list. There's a lot of things that you do that people don't realize what Sisters Network really does. Even on the political side of it, fighting to change the laws.
Yes, we have October of this year, we're going to have a town hall meeting because we need to discuss on a national basis the Black breast cancer crises, because we are in a crisis. Things aren't changing because policies have not changed. So as an organization, we concentrated early on about supporting the women in the community. Then, of course, giving them direction and education. So now that we know what the problems are, we have to take action and be the voice to make change in some policies. Like you talked earlier, and you're so knowledgeable, I'm so proud of you, because age 40 is not magic for any woman, and especially not African-American women. We cannot wait till 40 to get our baseline mammogram and ultrasound. So that means the insurance companies have to change their policy. The laws have to change, so the insurances have to change. So it's not easy. So when we start talking about change, we're going to need our community to back us up, because we have to go into the policy and issues now. You can no longer just stick with education and support.
Absolutely. Let's do this. We'll take a break and we'll be right back on The Cam Hill Show.
We'll be right back to The Cam Hill Show after these messages.
I'm a part of the Prenatal Care Club now, taking all my STD tests.
Did you know your doctor's required by law to test you 3 times for syphilis and HIV?
Yes, my husband and I are making sure I get all 3 tests.
Good. Testing is the key to preventing congenital syphilis.
And good prenatal care is your first labor of love.
Glad to hear your husband is so involved.
Thank you. Yes, taking all my STD tests for syphilis is important to both of us. My prenatal promise is to prevent a stillbirth or miscarriage. To find out more, visit myprenatapromise.com.
We are in this together now. Now we have the tools to overcome this challenge. Social distance, wash your hands, get tested, and wear a mask. And we will. I have no doubts. Because I believe in we. Better together.
Amazing things for you.
People, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? My favorite barbers, What's up, ladies? What's going on? Hey, I'm bringing this affirmation, man, this new shave serum, man. Listen, a 2-in-1 shave serum, all natural product, man. Bamboo extract that help you with the pseudofolliculitis. And for layman's terms, that's the bump, the razor bumps that you got on your neck. It also has, man, the eucalyptus. And Mr. Otis, I know you can use some of that. I was in here last week, man. You cut one of your clients so bad, man, the dude needs staples. But no, seriously, hey, where did it? Who got the bottle? Hey, Big Nate, man, that don't work on your feet. Man, give me my bottle back. But like I was saying.
Excuse me, does this work on ladies?
Yes, ma'am, it does work for ladies.
Can you show me how to use it?
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, how do we get it? LawsLaboratory.com. If you want some. If you want some. If you want some.
Move up at Ron Carter Cadillac with the new 2021 XT6 Luxury Collection with standard third-row seating for just $459 a month for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months plus $1,750 bonus cash. At Gulf Freeway, just 2 minutes south of the Beltway. Test drive the new 2021 Escalade today at Ron Carter Cadillac.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
All right, family, we are back with Ms. Karen Jackson, founder and CEO of Sisters Network, Inc. Let's do this real quick. Let's look at a video real quick of last year's 2019. 2020 just messes us up, doesn't it? Let's look at a video.
I want to thank everyone for coming out to the 9th National Stop the Silence Walk here at Discovery Green in Houston, Texas. We had a fabulous time. We had people from all over the country, and we have our celebrities. So when I tell you celebrity guests, Miss Tina Lifford.
Pay attention to yourselves, pay attention to one another, pay attention to your life because you and your life matter. That's all our guys got to say.
The Sisters Network represents community, and the importance of community cannot be understated. We all need to find people, places, communities that can support us in moving through the challenges of our lives. That's why Karen's work with Sisters Network that's been in
25 years.
25 years, and I actually started coming to your events
at conference.
Yeah,
yes.
When you were at conference, right? And how many years ago is that?
That's like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
yes.
That's like 7 years ago. So I encourage you all to take breast care seriously, take living your lives seriously. That's why I'm all about the whole Inner Fitness Project, where
positive,
where we actually talk about ways in which you can move through your life, through the hurts, traumas, upsets, and disappointments, into greater possibilities. And that's what Sisters Network is doing for women of color where breast cancer and breast health is concerned.
So, lady, this year is virtual, right?
Yes, it is. But you can see how powerful it is to come together in person. And that friend of mine, Tina Lifford, we've been friends for many years before she was on Queen Sugar as on Vibe. But it's always good to have someone who's of that celebrity caliber include the information about how breast cancer should be your top priority. Your health should be your top priority.
Right.
And I was very happy that she was a part of our last breast cancer walk.
Right.
So yes, the virtual walk coming up this Saturday, April the 10th, we're hoping that women across the country and all the family members will still get out there and walk.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what we're talking about is the 11th annual Stop the Silence virtual 5K run walk. It's Saturday, April the 10th. This is the flyer from 9 to 11 a.m. And on that, you'll be able to, and we'll put in the information also for you to actual register, to sign up. But this is so needed right now. In 2020, let me remind you that that Karen's organization raised over $90,000 to help 550 breast cancer survivors in 7 different states. We need that help. Karen?
Well, I wanted to say that we were in 35 states, but we just listed the top 7.
Okay.
And Texas was included.
There you go.
Texas was number 1 that needed, and we were, well, that's not good. We shouldn't need that much money. We should be doing well.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The second largest was Georgia, so we're not surprised. So the need is out there.
Yes.
So we really need the help to support the virtual walk.
Absolutely. Now, the virtual walk is different. People are at home. They're able to walk whenever they want to.
They can walk on their treadmill. They can walk in their park, walk in their neighborhood. We just want you to send the activity that you've chosen to our social media, which is @Sisters Network, and we will be live posting and trending all of the information that's sent in to @Sisters Network, starting at 9 a.m. through 11, like the flyer or our information is shared. That is going to be live. And from 8:30 to 9, we are going to have a Stop the Silence program to kick off the walk.
Okay. Okay. So you do have to do the walking. We can't just sit at home and just send the money.
Well, we want you to have that activity because we all need to get up and walk.
Right.
So if you just walk around your block, take your phone and walk for Sisters Network.
There you go.
Send the donation.
There you go. There you go. I love it. I love that part. I love that part that you said. Again, it's the 11th annual Stop the Silence virtual 5K run walk, Saturday, April the 10th.
April the 10th.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's this Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. And then 8:30, you're having your program.
The program starts at 8:30 sharp, and we have some interesting, wonderful people, and we have a presentation from Sigma Gamma Rho, a national organization. Their president will be on, and we just have some good things to see, and we have some video coverage. So we're excited about it, but I do understand there's nothing like coming together in person. We miss it too.
I know that's right. Just to know, lady, that you have broken a ceiling and you are Black history in the sense you're the only one national organization
of its type. Yes, we are.
Yeah. Wow.
And I would like to have some direct competition, some help out there. So I'm open to anyone who wants another national organization with boots on the ground.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And just to look at now that you've gone so far, over 20 plus years now, just looking back, what have you learned along the way?
I've learned, Cam, that first and foremost, your health should be your top priority. And none of us have enough time, so we need to be in an action mode and the things that are most important to us.
Yeah.
So your loved ones, start loving on them. Tomorrow is not promised to any of them.
Right.
Your health, start doing what you need to do for your health today, not tomorrow, today.
Absolutely. That goes into eating. Eating is a difference now because we eat differently than grandma and all, a lot differently.
We're trying.
We eat
it's
out
very
more.
Important.
Yeah.
What you eat is very important.
Right.
And the amount that you eat is just as important.
Now, that's the key. That's the key.
That's the key, yeah.
And also, like you said, know your body.
Absolutely. Your body, it's not, I wasn't special. I just listened hard. And it has helped me tremendously to know that the signs I look out for, having breast cancer 4 times, I've had to find a new normal for myself each and every time because I'm determined not only to survive, but to survive well.
Yes. Yes.
Living a journey of wellness takes some effort. It doesn't just come to you. You have to put in the time and the effort.
Absolutely. I so thank you, lady, for everything you have done for the United States. Not just for Houston, but the United States. My God. You have grown across the world.
Looking forward to saying the same thing you, Cam. That's in your future, too.
I appreciate it so much. But thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for just taking what God has told you, taking that assignment and continuing. Sounds good. Let's do this. Let's show the flyer again and let's remind people. There we go. We have 11th annual Stop the Silence virtual 5K run and walk this Saturday, April the 10th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. All right, lady, what would you like to leave with the viewers?
Well, first, thank you so much for being patient with this coming and going that we're doing. Just I want to see everyone come out with their donations and support Sisters Network and be involved with the media, social media at Sisters Network. Let us hear from you. Show your face.
Absolutely.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Love you, love you, love you. God bless you too. We'll see you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you so much. 12:30, 1:30 Central Standard Time. See you then. Bye.